From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the New York Giants. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be fielded inside the 5. Quickly to the air is Wilson. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now Wilson on first down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
On second and 10, Wilson. And it's intercepted. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Off play action. Hayden. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. Hayden. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Saints. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Giants at 13-1 now on the year. And they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's White. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
On 1st and 10, Hayden. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Back to throw. Hayden. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
There's another example that playing football isn't strictly being physical. You've got to think as well. Nice job reading his keys by the linebacker and going out in the open space when they dumped it to the back. He was able to make the play and stop him short of the goal line.
The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And he returns this to the 22. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Wilson. This is intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Hayden. His throw incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Back to throw. Hayden. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Now Lutz for the field goal try. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, he'll hand this off. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Set, ready.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Wilson. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
61.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Play action. Now Wilson. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers. Just 2 for 7 throwing the football. But he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their route. And you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Alpha. Echoes.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Airing it out for Hamilton. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. 4th down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And taken right on the 30. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked to his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case. When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. The mistake there by the offense, Charles, they tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick 6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive? If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Wilson. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. On 4th down, Drew Chrisman on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fielded at about the 28. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
To throw on second down. Hayden. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. On first down, Hayden. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. What's good on the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 43 yards on the ground for him so far.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Play action. It's Wilson. Airing it out for Hamilton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Saints are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on first and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. They'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Off the play fake, Hayden. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. And they'll try to run the option here. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The kick by Lutz is good. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg, and boom, over the crossbar.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Boy, how good.
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wound up losing yardage.
Now Wilson. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. the gun. They'll try to run it. 52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
On second, it puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
Well, it reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on E! They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Throwing on first down. Hayden. He's got a man complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Even with a big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Hayden. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Giants extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Lutz with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Zoom, fellas, let's go. Yeah.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Going back to the same well, it's Hawkinson again. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Got it.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Darnell Mooney. 50 yards. And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. On the ground with a tight end. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Operating from the gun, Hayden. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And even 150 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And they will take a knee here. And they take a knee. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. And they'll indeed take a knee. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.